Peace and welcome to ManiSisters TV. My name is Adrienne and I'm here to promote power, peace, prosperity, and purpose through helping to empower other manifestors. So today's video is all about ways to reclaim your manifestor power. So I'm going to make sure this is really quick. And we're going to go over 8 ways. If you stay to the end, there's a little bit of a bonus because I think that a lot of times when we find out that we're manifestors, if you're new to finding out that you're a manifestor, you might be really freaked out about some things. So stay to the end and I'm going to give you a quote that should make your day. So first is to follow your strategy and authority. Yeah, that's kind of something you hear all of the time. And it seems like it's cliche. I used to hate to hear it when I first started studying human design. But the truth is, everything does really hinge on strategy and authority. Now, your strategy is to impact and inform. Impacting, you don't have to try to do. You're doing it just by being yourself. Even when you're not being yourself, understand your impact is always happening. The informing part is something that you can perfect. It's kind of an art. There is another video on this channel about informing. So if you want to know how to inform, take a look at that video. The other part of the SNA or strategy and authority is the authority. That's your intuition and your body wisdom. That's a little bit more subtle and hard to get a handle on. If you're interested in more information, let me know and I'll put out a video about that because I think there are some very practical ways for you to increase your authority awareness so that you're able to begin to really follow it. It, again, takes practice. 2 is manifesting. Resting is just as important as manifesting and doing. So what you have to do is learn how to use rest as a way to not just recover your energy, but as a place of inspiration, because resting is just as important as doing. And you need to be able to rest without guilt. One quote I love is, "A manifestor that is doing nothing because there is nothing to be done has a reputation that is growing." So remember that. Number 3 is deep breathing and relaxation. Deep breathing especially, we, because of the chemistry of anger in our bodies as manifestors, and yeah, you really want to be able to counteract that because anger that's being held in the body and stress that's being held in the body is actually harmful to the body. And anytime that your body is under duress, your manifestation is going to be lessened. You're not going to be as impactful, or you won't impact cleanly. So you want to definitely look into stress reduction, body work, massages. I personally am a fan of breath work because breath work requires very little training and it costs you no money to do, right? So there's all kinds of resources out there to find out how to do breath work. If you guys are interested in me teaching you the things that I do for breath work, let me know and I'll get a video out for you. Number 4, use your anger. I know you've heard that the not self is the anger part and that this is all terrible, but I'm going to tell you that your anger is a part of your physiology. It's yours. It's actually a part of your authority that nobody likes to talk about. It's like, you want to use your anger and you want to use the anger to move. It moves. You can move energy with your anger. Sometimes it's just a signal that you've had a boundary crossed or whatever, but you really want to use that anger, and you need to learn the difference between anger and fear dressed up as anger. Yeah, I know. Fear will dress up as anger, and that's probably the most dangerous version. That's really the not self. Number 5, you need to forgive. You have to forgive yourself, forgive others, and forgive this world for being really pretty inhospitable. But forgiveness is something that's kind of ongoing, because what's happening is at all times, especially as we are experiencing our own not selves, other people are as well. And so we have to be able to release that and not hold grudges. And the only way I know how to do that is to go through a forgiveness process. Now, it's not that you have to keep contact, but forgiveness is unburdening your own soul. So, number 6 is let go of the need for perfection. Perfection is a myth, doesn't even exist. And if you're holding on to perfection, it can sometimes interrupt you manifesting and or doing what you're here to do. Number 7 is you need to really get in contact with your purpose. If you've been studying human design for a while, you may have already been introduced to the idea of your incarnation cross. Perhaps we can go and do a lot more exploration of that together. What you don't want to do is you don't want to duplicate. You want to be inspired. You want what is in you to come out, and you don't want to copy others and get into that trap, because that's kind of how homogenization works. This is how bad conditioning is, really. When you're trying to be someone that you're not, when you are not living your purpose, but perhaps even trying to live someone else's purpose. What I will say though, purposes can coincide. So it's not that you have to work alone. As a matter of fact, number 8 is don't necessarily believe that you have to be a lone wolf. Although you may have to go it alone sometimes. Being a lone wolf does not have to be a permanent thing. Sometimes it's a phase. It's sometimes, you hermit and then you come back. Depending on your design, it might be absolutely best for you to have, solid amounts of peopling time. So it's not that you should retreat from society, but if that's correct for you, perhaps that's what you should do. All I'm saying is the lone wolf myth, I don't know. I don't think it serves us that well. And so I stand here and I'm going to heretically say, I don't believe that you have to be a lone wolf. And I'm going to challenge that in a video. So, number 9 is prioritize peace over everything. One of the first things you have to do, though, is actually experience peace. Unfortunately, a lot of manifestors I know have so rarely even experienced peace, they don't have something to compare it to, a baseline in their bodies that they can say, oh, wait, this is peace, right? So you have to prioritize peace, but I'm going to say you really want to find out what peace is. So here's the bonus. The bonus is a quote from Ra Uhuru, the person that discovered the human design system. And of course, he says the system is for everyone. It wasn't just his. If you live as a manifestor, you will be accepted as a manifestor. So understand that when you come into your power and your full self, you will not be rejected. You will not be resisted. You will be loved by the people who are on your fractal. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, please leave them below. And I'll say this, share this not only with manifestors, but non-manifestors. We really want to build awareness around how we can live together. And what I will say is some of these items on this list are just applicable to everyone, right? So thanks so much for joining us on ManiSisters TV. Take care and peace.